Kim Ayers, and I'm going to inform you about a social issue in America today. According to the National Drug Institute, approximately 570,000 people die from drug abuse every year. Today you're here as a relative of someone who has used drugs or as someone who has abused drugs yourself. And today we'll be discussing how drug addiction is a disease and how this knowledge can help in the growth from addiction to recovery. Addiction is no longer down the dirty alley, only touching the lives of the less fortunate. And to understand how addiction is a disease, we must first understand what a disease is. Often we think of cancer or AIDS. While these are very life-shattering diseases, drug addiction is as well. A disease is an incorrectly functioning organ, part, or structure of a system of the body resulting from developmental errors, infection, poison, or unfavorable environmental factors. Every disease affects people in its own way, cancer being a great example of how complex and different each case is. One may not show symptoms of sickness until one day they break a toe, and that leads to the discovery of bone cancer that will change their life forever. Some live in remission from cancer for years, having the chance to live with purpose. No two stories are alike. Addiction comes in many forms today, affecting those from all walks of life. So what exactly is an addiction? Addiction is an habitual, psychological, or physiological dependence on a substance or practice beyond one's control. According to Medical Dictionary, is the state of being enslaved to a habit. Now that we have a better understanding of disease and addiction, you can see that addiction affects one's entire being. The addict will allow the most painful of circumstances to take place to get what they need. Addiction has what's known as triggers, or warning signs that the addict will relate to their drug use, and the triggers will spark that need for drugs once again, no matter the length of time clean from use. Triggers can be compared to the symptoms in sickness, much like a cough and a cold. As an example, a prescription user might be triggered by seeing a pill bottle. At the same time, the cocaine addict will not be affected by the pill bottle, but maybe a certain smell. Knowing these warning signs and triggers will help as a society of supporters to the addict. For example, your friend has a cold. They show signs of the cold, having stuffy nose, cough, fever. So you don't ask them over for a late night fire after a cold winter's night. As a recovering addict, this understanding will help one notice the signs and symptoms creeping up again so that one can seek help before the addiction takes over their life once again. For instance, one is an addict and notice their attitudes start to change, being increasingly negative and not satisfied with life. This is a symptom that, along with the triggers, could lead to a relapse. So much caution is made for the disease of cancer and AIDS. Now with this information, we can be better aware of the signs and the symptoms of addiction as a disease. Approaching the disease of addiction this way will be better able to touch more lives and have more compassion on those who struggle daily with this issue. Now we know addiction takes many forms and can affect people from all walks of life. We know addiction can never go away. As outsiders, even addicts with this knowledge, it prepares us to make better decisions with regards to the addict. Remember, addiction is a disease that will require attention for years to come. There is no quick fix. It is a long road to recovery. Thank you.
Very good.